Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to Ghantoot Racing and Polo Club for our third day of play in the Emirates Polo International Cup here at Ghantoot. Our first match this afternoon here on Field 1. We have another super day here between Ghantoot and the UAE. A lovely winter's day here, 24 degrees with a nice cool breeze here at Ghantoot. We have the two teams just out in the field. Ghantoot will be in the black with the UAE in white, and we'll just have the lineups here now of the two teams. So for Ghantoot, of course, playing at number 1 is Yusuf bin Dismal on 1 goal. At number 2, Nasser Al-Shamsi on 1 goal. At 3, Kian Hall on 3 goals. And at the back door, Marcus Araja, Kaku on 7. And for the UAE, we have Her Highness Sheikh Maitha. At number 2, we have Her Highness Sheikh Alia. At number 3, we have Pablo Okiza. And at number 4, we have Hasso Kroto. We just see the two teams lining up and waiting, with the umpires just organising them, and the umpires out here this afternoon again, of course, are Nicolas Coscini and Cesar Ruiz Guinezu, and myself at third man. So this tournament is still wide open. And depending on the results of today, we could end up with a 3-way tie. And if we do, we'll have to go to a penalty shootout, which will be done later here this afternoon after the second match, which will be between Bangash and Abu Dhabi. So two teams just sorting themselves out. And of course we have half a goal start. This is a handicap tournament. Half a goal start to the UAE, so there will be no extra chukker. The two teams lining up here on Nicolas Cortegini. Just reminding the players of a few little anecdotes. And he's just asking Sheikh Maitha for odd or even. But no, it looks like we have Nasser Al-Shamsi's been offered the call. And it looks like they're going to stay the way they're lined up, with UAE heading towards Ghantoot, going from left to right, and Ghantoot going towards by right to left. So the ball's into play. The backhand comes in by Okiza, picked up by Hasso Kroto. Hasso nearly gets his pocket picked there by Nasser, but he sends the ball up forward. But first back onto it is going to be Yusuf bin Dismal. Yusuf looking over his shoulder, got plenty of space, plenty of time. Gets told to play the ball there by Kaku. Kaku now leaves it for Kaku Raja. Kaku with Alia. Unloads this one here and sends this one up the field. It gets cut out of the play there by Okiza. Okiza on to play onto his near side, on the stick side. Here's the call from Hasso for asking for the tail shot. In comes Kian. Kian comes onto the play, looks for the backhand, goes with that little backhand, but it just ricochets off the pony, unable to get onto it, but first onto it, quickly onto it again. It's going to be Hasso Kroto. Kroto comes in towards the middle of the field and opens the play up across the field of play. Looking for a teammate, but the first back onto this one here is going to be Kian. Kian, first time play, straight underneath the neck there for Kaku Raja in front of the clubhouse here on field 1 at Ghantoot. Taps his ball forward, up past his marker there in the form of Sheikh Maitha, drives that one up forward nicely there for Yusuf bin Dismal. Bin Dismal going forward onto it, just checks the pony up, just straightens this one up nicely. Oh, and he just goes over the top of that one, got a little bit too much speed and just couldn't quite control it, but it's going to be Hasso Kroto just clear it up here now for the UAE. Hasso under the neck, he goes with that one there, looking for Okiza. Comes off the pony, couldn't quite pick it up, gets the hook in there on Nasser, collects the play, avoids the play from Yusuf and leaves the ball now for Hasso. Hasso on the play, drives that one up forward. But first onto the backhand. Nice tail backhand there by Nasser Al-Shamsi. Falls for Kian. Kian gets told to play it. Does so. Gets hooked off out of it there by Alia. Alia, she in turn gets hooked off out of it. And the ball now left here for Kaku. Kaku Raja goes under the neck. Got a little bit of the top of that ball. It's going to fall nicely now for Kroto. He dummies the backhand and then decides not to turn the ball. See where his teammates are. Goes with a nice driving shot. Sends out one up over the halfway line. Up there for Shega Mather. Mather. Up onto this one here. Good approach shot there by Mather, straightening it up in front of goals here now with Maker. Just looking just to tap this one away is Mather, but it looks like it's just wide of the goals and it's just sitting there on the goal line. It's going to be picked up by Nasser. Nasser Al-Shamsi. Nasser brings it forward once again. Nasser gets a good driving shot out towards the side here this time and sends it up for Kaku. Kaku and Hassel together. Hassel pushing Kaku off wide onto it. Dummies the near side, goes on to stick side, goes across in towards the middle of the field. See where his teammates are. Goes with the next shot, looking to pass this one up now for Urquiza. Just drops over Urquiza, loses a little bit of momentum, but he gets in touch with this one and drives that one up forward, up to the front door once again there for Mather. But first onto it is going to be Alia. Alia coming in up onto the play here now, and Sheikha Alia comes in towards the goals and puts that one away. Sheikha Alia putting the first score on the board there for the UAE. 1.5 goals it is to the UAE. So on the replay there you see Alia coming back onto that ball and finishing it off nicely. And we just get a whistle on the play. It looks like Alia just has a little bit of an issue. So we'll just have a slight pause in play and then we'll get the two teams lined up once more. Great drone shot there of field one here at Ghantoot Racing and Polo Club. So lined up here on Scotch Genie, bowls that ball into play. Alf, the back of the line out, gets hooked off out of it, does Urquiza, it skews off out, but first onto it is going to be Hassel, pulls it back, takes away there from Kian, gets on the move here now, does Hassel Krotter, looking for a teammate over in front, but he's got nobody there, so he just unleashes it and goes long with that ball there, going back with him hard is going to be Araja, but Araja onto the play first. Araja goes with the tail backhand, sends it out towards the side for Nasser. But it goes as far as Yusuf goes over the top of it. Nasser couldn't quite pick that one up either, but it's now left for Kian. Kian makes turning play, just settles things down once again. Kian knows he's got Kaku out there in front. All on the attack, goes with a good shot straight over the top of the players. But first back onto this one is going to be Hassel Kroto. Kroto, near side backhand, puts that one nicely out in towards the middle of the field. But first onto it is going to be Nasser Al-Shamsi. Backhand sent a little bit further there by Kaku, looking to set it up there for Kian. Kian comes in there, comes together with Hassel, pulls it forward, goes with the backhand, opens it up. You see, taking control of the player, then enables himself to play that backhand. Looking for something on there is Alia, but the near side play beautifully picked up there by Araja. Out towards the boards he comes here now with Alia, slips inside of Kaku Raja. Takes it forward, being hassled by Nasser. Goes forward once again. Nasser gets onto this one, doesn't get the backhand he's looking for, tries to come back onto it, saves the tail backhand, does Alia, but there's nobody home for the UAE apart from Kaku Raja and Ghantoot. Kaku goes under the neck with this one here now, trying to find Kian, but he's cut out of the play by Hassel, in turn cut out by Urquiza, and he just loses sight of that one then. It's going to be Kaku Raja swooping onto the play here now and going goal bound here, and it's going to be Kaku just to stick a ball this one. So all the way home it is. Nice goal there by Kaku Raja. The optimistic goal by him, swooping onto the bit of confusion there in the play. Making it 1 goal now to Ghantoot, but it's still 1.5 up there for the UAE. So it's just having a quick little word with the umpire, but nothing to come of that because it's all past and history is where it is, and we just get a whistle on the play whilst the players look to quickly change ponies. So we'll be back with you shortly and we'll be back up to the drone view of Ghantoot going back to their pony lines to quickly change. Now back down to the UAE, seeing Hasselkrother just changing and quickly coming back out onto the field. Not wanting to waste any time. But of course, if things do draw on a little bit longer here today, and we do get to go to a penalty shootout, we have the lights here at Ghantoot, so certainly won't have a problem. So UAE back out on the field, just waiting for Nasser to get himself mounted back up again and come and join his team in the middle of the field. To get the second half of Chaka number 1 back underway once more. Ghantoot in the black, heading from right to left. Ball, ball play out the back of the line, out it comes. Looking for that one was Kaku, but couldn't quite pick it up. Gets hooked off out of it there. Does Okiza, but it's now left for Kian. Kian being pressurised by Hassel looking for something, but nothing coming of that one there. And the ball gets driven up here now by Kaku, out into space there for Nasser. Nasser Al-Shamsi coming back onto this here now. In comes Ali to put the pressure on and looking for that little cut shot, and just finishes that one off beautifully, taking advantage of the situation. But it doesn't look like Hasselkrotter's too happy there with the umpires. He reckoned he had the play earlier on and couldn't make it, but got the ball stolen out from underneath his nose by that little burglar by the name of Kaku Raja. He must be feeling all right after his tumble the other day, and I know over Christmas he was feeling rather sore in his neck, and a bit of a headache. But he certainly seems to be on form here this afternoon. So the ball gets bowled into play, it is come on the front of the line now, pushed forward there by Yusuf, picked up by Kian, couldn't quite pick that one up clearly, bit of confusion there, the ball gets pushed underneath a couple of ponies, but it's going to be Kaku comes away with it once again. Kaku stretches the team out here now and puts it right up the field here, but this time it's for Bindismal, a lovely approach shot here. Bindismal just looking to finish this one off, he goes in, goes with the next shot, it comes off the pony and he still manages to get it through. Beautifully placed pass there by Kaku Raja, and well finished off by Yusuf Bindismal, taking the score now. 2 goals it is to Ghantoot, 1.5 to the UAE. Three goals rather it is. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the first 2 to goes. And that there will end Chaka number 1 of this 4-Chaka match. 3 goals to Ghantoot, 1.5 to the UAE. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the drone shot, now we'll go to a few adverts and messages from Polo Line. So thank you very much indeed to Polo Line for those quick messages there, and we have the two teams back on the field here to get chukker number 2 underway. So 3 goals it is to Ghantoot, 1.5 for the UAE. So ball gets ball back into play. Middle line now it is. Looking for that one there is Orkiza. Flicks off out the side, and it's going to be Nasser Al-Shamsi. Comes away with it. Comes back into his own territory. Goes with that backhand. Plays the backhand in front of Hassel. And it's going to be Alia to come up with this one here now. Goes with the near side backhand. Sends it on. Which way is everybody going on this one now? Because they're all playing backhands in the wrong direction. I'm not quite sure what's happening. But finally we get a whistle on the play. As you have Kian and Orkiza come together. And it looks like this one's going to get moved up the field here now. A little bit of confusion there between the players on who was playing the backhand. Nasser Al-Shamsi was going to do so, and Alia did too. I think the umpires also got a little bit confused on that one there, but this has all been sorted out now, and the ball's been dropped down here for a penalty in favour of Ghantoot. Being teed up by Kaku Raja from the 60-yard line, a penalty for. So Kaku on the play here now. Goes to the driving shot, gets a good drive, gets hold of that one well. Is it straight enough? Yes, it is. The flag's off, so that's another one on the board there for Ghantoot. 4 goals it is to Ghantoot, 1.5 to the UAE here in chukker number 2. So a nice penalty taken there by Kaku Raja. So the ball into play once again. Alia gets a bit of that one there, comes forward on it once again, this time going forward, but gets hooked off at it by Kian. In comes Orkiza to put a bit more pressure there on Kian. Kian comes over it here. Kian Hall goes to the driving shot, looking to get up past Hassel on that one there. But Hassel, you see, just pushing him wide off out the play, giving himself the space and time to come back onto the play. Goes with the tail backhand, trying to set it up there for Orkiza, but trying to get onto it first is going to be Nasser. It gets ridden off, does Nasser Al-Shamsi, and Orkiza comes forward once again, looking for someone to pass that one out to, but the backhand comes in by Shamsi, but only as far as Hassel Grotto goes with the shot, sends this one up forward, trying to get that one up forward now for Orkiza. Orkiza goes with the driving shot, sends this one in towards the goal from distance. It looks like, though, it's going across the face of goal, plenty of length, but unfortunately not quite the action. Out to the left-hand side of the goalpost it goes. It goes wide. So players call for Kaku Raj to bring back in from his back line for Ghantoot. Kaku. Nice weighted pass out there for Kian. Does Kian to see where Kaku's going on this one here now. Wasn't quite sure if he wanted it himself or he goes there. The effort time sends it up here now, out towards the boards for Nasser Al-Shamsi. Nasser goes straight with that one there, leaving himself, pushing himself deeper down into the corner, realising he's got Hassel Crotter there with him. Goes with the next shot, goes with the big next shot, and a beautiful next shot it is, trying to set it up there for Kaku, but he can't quite get onto that line there, and Hassel Crotter gets onto it first. Hassel now sends it up the middle of the field here for Mather. Mather yields off, leaves it for Alia. Alia in turn leaves it for Mather, goes forward for the pass, picks the pass up on the halfway line. Alia just short of the 60-yard line here now is Alia Maktoum. It's a good, nice centering shot there by Alia. Getting back onto the ball here now. Looks for a bit of a neck shot here. Does so. Doesn't quite get the angle she's looking for. Goes forward. Plays that backhand. The backhand in towards the goal. But first onto it is going to be right in front of goal. It is going to be Yusuf. He leaves that one behind, unfortunately, and the ball is just left there. And out over the back line it goes. But no, it's still in play. I thought that one had gone out over the back line, but it wasn't. It's picked up by Hassel. Hassel, he's met by Kian. We got a whistle on the play. Just got on sight of the ball there for a moment. And that ball goes out over the back line for a penalty 6, a safety 60. To be teed up, but the ball went out of play by Hasselkroto. So Hasso tees that up. Pony feeling a little bit bright. Kroto gets on this one, it's along the ground, can they stop it? It gets stopped there by Yusuf and now picked up by Kian. He avoids the hooking play, does Kian. Kian comes on the deck with this one, trying to set that one up for Nasser. It's cut out of the play by Okiza. Okiza quickly turning back towards goal it is. He knows he's got Alia out there in front of him, just shows a bit too much of that one there to Kian, but no, the umpires say he hasn't shown enough of it, and we get a whistle on the play. We can just see from this great drone shot here now as he comes forward with the ball. Hadn't shown enough of that for Kian. Kian thought that he could come away with the play, but nope. Umpires deciding that's not the case, and the ball's going to be set down here now for a penalty 2, a 30-yard penalty in favour of the UAE. So Matha comes up to this one here, and as expected, puts that one away. Very solid with these 30-yard penalties. Put an amazing 40-yarder away the other day too. Clean over the top of all the players. As we saw Matha taking penalties here last year in the Gold Cup Series and also in England. And we get back towards the middle of the field with the clock at 3:38, I believe it is, and we have the players leaving to quickly change ponies. And we'll just go to a quick advert whilst the players change. So, thank you very much, Butterliner. We have our players quickly changing. Ghantoot seems to have got themselves changed up a little bit quicker. And making their way back to the middle of the field to get the second jugger underway once more. And it's 4 goals it is to Ghantoot, but 2.5 to the UAE. So we get a good drone shot there of the UAE coming back to the middle of the field. So the ball gets balled into play, front of the line now, just going to be Yusuf. Yusuf tries to come away with this one here, does so. Manages to get a little bit onto that one there, but he gets ridden off out of it by Okiza, who's just tentatively waiting for him there. Does so, comes in, gets his pocket pick, but not far enough for Yusuf to get back onto it, but Okiza does. Turns up the field here now, he goes with this one, pushes out wide there for Shaker Matha, out to some nice open space there for Matha to come up onto the play. Connects nicely with that ball, keeps pushing it wide. Kaku Raja there in contention with Matha. Matha checks up on the play, goes with the next shot. Next shot puts that one in towards the middle of the field, trying to get that one up for Hassel, but it's going to be picked up by Kaku. Kaku. Just see some good marking there by Ghantoot, keeping Hasselkroto off out of the play, allowing Kaku to come onto it. He drives this one up forward, tries to come onto it. There is Yusuf, but he gets hooked off out of it by Okiza. Okiza, his backhand, well read by Kian Hall. Kian plays the open backhand this time, trying to get that one up for a teammate, but the first bond to this one is going to be Hasselkroto. Flicks it underneath the neck here now for Shaker Matha once more. Shaker. Nice drive up the field, but the first onto it is going to be Araja, covering the ground well as always. Checks up, comes round the corner here now, looks up to see where his teammates are, drills this one down the boards for Nasser Al-Shamsi. Nasser tries to come onto it, near side play there by Okiza, just impeding him slightly, but it's going to be picked up once again by Raja. Kaku Raja going forward here now. Kaku letting the pony run, dribbling this ball in, sends it in towards the middle field. In comes Okiza, a little bit late on that one there, but good enough time here now for Kaku Raja. Kaku couldn't quite pick it up on the near side, and the saving backhand comes in, but it couldn't quite pick it up out of the air. Could Hassel Grotto, and the ball goes wide. So I think we will have another penalty, 6, another corner in favour of Ghantoot. Good run there by Kaku Raja, just letting that pony run and going to work. Here you see going forward, in comes Rukiza, comes in onto it, comes forward on the play, ball flicks over onto his near side, couldn't get it, but Rukiza just saving it and just trying to keep it in play was Hassel Grotto, but unfortunately the ball dropped out over the back line. So we have a corner in favour of Ghantoot to be taken by Kaku Raja. Kaku drives this one. It looks like he's pushed that one wide out towards the right. The ball was to the left-hand side of the goals, and he just overcooked that one a bit and pushed it a little bit too straight out towards the right-hand side. So it's going to be Hassel Grotto to bring it back into play once more for the UAE. Hassel. Shoulder drives this one up here now. Cut out of the play there by Kaku. Raja ubiquitous all over the field. As characteristic with him. Dummies the backhand, makes a turn because he knew he had Okiza there with him. Sends it forward here this time. Didn't quite get the angle he was looking for, but it's picked up by Kian. Takes it on the near side, being pressurised there by Hassel. Looks like he's going to want to try and check up and come round and try to beat the man, but he puts it on there for the stick side of Grotto. You see him coming in for that ride-off, picks the ball up on the stick side and drives this one out forward, out in towards some open space, but coming back hard onto it is going to be Nasser Al-Shamsi. Nasser looks over his shoulder to see where Grotto is, see who make the play, does so, sends the backhand, a little straight, but it's okay because it's straight onto the end of the stick there of Yusuf bin Dismal. Yusuf comes forward once again. Yusuf coming with it, couldn't quite pick that one up. Players cancelling each other out, but it's going to be Grotto to take it up underneath the neck and pass it out now for Okiza. Okiza under the neck, first time play. Nice to see some one-touch polo being played here this afternoon. It's just going to be Kian. Comes with the backhand once more. Didn't quite get as much onto that we'd like, but fortunate for him, he has a Raja there as always. Takes it forward, plays the backhand, gets a little bit too much angle onto that one there, but it's going to be Kian to come back onto it. Plays the backhand, nice backhand there by Kian, sending it up. There goes the first tutor for Nasser Al-Shamsi. Nasser and Yusuf, who's going to go back onto this ball here now, and it's going to be Nasser Al-Shamsi looking to finish this one here about 20 yards from goal. Straightens it up and through the goals it is, putting another one on the board there to end chugger number 2. 5 goals it is to Ghantoot. 2.5 goals it is to the UAE. So there you have the score at the end of the second chukka, halfway through the match. 5 goals Ghantoot, 2.5 it is to the UAE. And we'll quickly go to some adverts and some messages from Polo Line. We'll be back with you shortly.
Whether it's your first time here or on a returning flight, we at BP are committed to creating a pleasant experience for you through our new COVID-19 screening process here in KLIA. As soon as you arrive, please proceed towards the BP Health Screening Lounge.
While you proceed to walk past a thermal scanner which scans all arriving passengers. Test our COVID-19 swab test online from your home country. Please proceed to the self-registration kiosk to process your e-vouchers. If you have not yet purchased the swab test, do not worry, as our friendly BP registration staff will assist you with the process.
After registering, take a seat and relax at a world-class design lounge while you wait for your COVID-19 swab test.
Our dedicated team of healthcare professionals will be there to support you through the entire process. Our screening facility is also equipped with a state-of-the-art on-site COVID-19 lab to ensure a quick turnaround time and the release of the test result.
And that's it.
Here at BP, we hope that you have a pleasant experience with us throughout this process. Till we meet again next time, from everyone here at BP, take care and stay safe.
So back down there in the UAE camp, Shaker Mather just mounting up once more. See Billy's there helping, attentive as always. A good shot there of Hasselkrot as he comes back out onto the field. Nasser Shamsi just mounting back up again. And we have a few stats of the progression of the game so far. At the end of chukka number 1, we had 3 goals to Ghantoot, 1.5 to UAE. And the end of chukka number 2, only the 1 goal for the UAE, taking them to 2.5. But 2 goals for the Ghantoot, taking the score to 5 goals to Ghantoot, 2.5 to the UAE. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to hear from you if you could from social media. Always love to hear your comments. And on Instagram, we have at PoloLineOK. Facebook, of course, is at PoloLineInt. And Twitter, at PoloLine. The two teams are lining up here in front of Cesar Ghantoot, in front of the clubhouse, to get the second half of this match underway. 5 to 2.5 it is in favour of Ghantoot. Ghantoot going from left to right, ball into play, coming out with this one here now on the near side. Nasser gets hooked off out of that play. Here at 4. Shaker. Mather turns that play, looks up, drives that ball up forward, trying to link up there with Alia, but it's cut out the play by Nasser. Picks it up on the near side, but first onto it though is going to be Mather once more. Mather takes the ball a little bit further up the field here now. Goes wide onto that one there, just comes off the pony, quickly coming around onto it is Kim, but he can't because he has the UAE player coming hard down the line. It's going to be sent up forward, but it's left now for Araja. Kaku, plenty of time, turns this ball, drives it up forward, sends it up now for Yusuf. Yusuf going at pace. Orkiza looking to come around to play the hooking shot. Looks over his shoulder once again. Does. Yusuf in the smile to see how much pressure's on him. Goes forward, looking for the approach shot here now. Goes with the tap shot. He realised he's getting close. Couldn't quite control it, but is now left here for Hassel. Hassel down to the backhand. Turns the play. Looks to see where his teammates are. Goes with a long drive up the field here now. He has Mather out there in front. Unmarked ball just dropping down in front of there. Here now, coming back to give some support there is going to be Alia. Alia with 2 Ghantoot players as Mather beautifully centres that one up for a nice approach shot for Mather just to finish that one off and taps it through the goals. It is so 3.5 goals it is now for the UAE, but it's still 5 goals to Ghantoot here in chukka number 3. Just see on the replay there, a lovely approach shot there by Shaker Mather. Plenty of space and time, taps it away in true style. So 2 teams lining up once more on Rizgazoo. Cesar bowls that ball into play. In the line out it is. Kaku tries to come away with it. Leaves that one behind. Now for Nasser. Nasser brings that ball forward. Sends it up to Kaku here now. Kaku out on the run here now. Going back with him is Hasselkrot. Letting the pony run. Long way deep. Goes with the big neck shot in towards the goal. Towards the goal it goes. It's looking good from here. Hassel just shadows that one out. Over the back line. Just short of the goals it was. So the ball will be placed on the back line once more. For Hasselkrot and the UAE to bring back into play. First time play there by Krotor. Krotor sends it at the front door there for Alia. Alia with Nasser. Alia and Nasser Al-Shamsi. Alia avoids the hook, but Nasser Shamsi picks up the play here now, takes it forward, couldn't get the backhand, leaving now for Sheikha Matha. Matha just drives that one up forward, had peeled off the line there, had Alia, but she can get back onto this one here now. Alia, beautiful place shot there by Matha in front of the goals, and puts that one away beautifully on the near side, does Sheikha Alia. Lovely passing play there by Matha. So lining up once more. 4.5 it is to UAE, 5 goals to Ghantoot. Couple of nice goals scored there by the Shakers. And we get a loud whistle on the from the umpire. As Yusuf just dismounts. Feels there might be a little bit of a problem with his pony. And trots it up and looks to try and change it. By the looks of what Yusuf is doing, it sounds like the pony just knuckled over a couple of times. So, a quick change of course. The most important thing is the welfare of these ponies in the sport of polo. And at the same time, UAE and Ghantoot opt to go and change. Pony looks okay, but the umpire just leading it off the field of play for it to be checked out and make sure that is no problem with it for sure. So you just see there Yusuf opting to take his second choice of pony. Mounts back up again, and back onto the field it'll be for the two teams to get this match back underway once more. These ponies, of course, looking in magnificent condition. Grums and all the support team behind, grooms, vets, farriers, managers, do a wonderful job with these polo ponies to make sure they're in the tip-top condition. And we have another great drone shot there of the two teams. Kaku having a quick chat there with Sheikha Matha. Probably turning around and telling him this little fall the other day didn't seem to have much effect on his play for today, which is a good thing. So the ball will bowl back into play again. Restarting off it is, off the back of the line now. Underneath the next shot there. Cute angle from Kaku, looking to set up Kian. Kian on the little grey pony, comes up forward with Urquiza. Goes with the long neck shot here, sends this one forward. Didn't quite get the angle he's looking for. Plenty of distance on it, but it looks like it's going to drift wide to the right-hand side. So out over the back line it is, and the ball will be placed down there for Hasselkrottel. And the UAE to mount an attack from their back line once more. Taps it up forward, looks see what his options are. Drills this one up the field here now. Didn't quite get the distance he was looking for on that one there. And Kakuraja comes in, sends the backhand, looking to set up Okiza. No, looking to set up Nasser. Nasser get hooked off out of it there by Okiza. And he's just going to be keen to try and come onto it there with Okiza and Okiza. And Kian, a bit of a melee, and in comes Alia to try and put the spoilers on him as well. And he has to try and move off forward. The pony just kicks that one off, creating a new line. But it is going to be that man, Kakuraju, who managed to steal that one away and is trying to steal it from underneath Kaku's nose. Was Okiza, but not quite enough room and distance as far as the umpires are concerned. And we get a whistle on the play. Hassel just having a quick chat with the umpire, thinking that he had the line in the previous play, but the whistle remains silent. And it looks like we have a 60-yard penalty, a penalty 4 in favour of Ghantoot. Remember the score, 5 goals, it is Ghantoot, 4.5 to the UAE. Ghantoot looking to spread that margin and give them a little bit of a comfort zone of 1.5 goals. Teed up there by Kakuraja. Kaku drives this ball forward, gets hold of that one beautifully, nicely under it and clean over the top, and as straight as a die it is, and actually ends up in the scoreboard with 3 minutes left here to play in chukka number 3. We have 6 goals now to Ghantoot and 4.5 to the UAE. Nicely executed penalty there by Kakuraja. So this is our lines of 2 teams up once more. Ghantoot from right to left. Sends it forward, there it does. Alia gets ridden off out of it. Near side play comes in by Yusuf. Out into some open space. First onto this one here, though, it's going to be Okiza. No, it is going to be Hassel. Okiza just keeping Kian off out of that one there. Backhanded to the middle field here for Sheikha Matha. Matha looking to straighten this one up. Sends it up there for Alia, but it's picked up there by Kaku, and he comes across the line in front of Sheikha Matha. We get a whistle on the play. We can just see on the replay here now as Alia comes in, goes with the next shot here. And coming across the front of the line was Kakuraja. And the ball being teed up now for a penalty in favour of the UAE. From what looks like the 30-yard line, and as Kakuraja quickly goes to change. Teeing the ball out for Sheikha Matha to take this penalty. Matha comes up onto this one here now and drives it forward and puts it through. The flag tells the story, and it's 5.5 goals now to the UAE. 6 goals to Ghantoot. Closing that margin to half a goal again. Not a very comfortable position for Ghantoot to be in. I'm sure they'd like at least a good clear 2 goals. But they only have that half a goal margin. As the 2 teams line up once more there on scissor. Ball back into play, middle line up, coming away with it here once again is Araja. Araja makes a turning play, runs the ball around the corner here now. It is Araja, comes up forward, once he opens the shoulder here this time, drives that one up forward, looking to find Nasser Shamsi. Shamsi coming up onto the play here now. He's a bit of wide from the goals. He opts to slip into that one there and just gives it the tap, and the tap goes in towards the goals and through the goals. It is a beautifully executed goal there by Ghantoot, finished by Nasser Shamsi, giving them now 1.5 goal lead of 7 goals to Ghantoot. 5.5 it is to the UAE. Nicely finished there by Nasser Shamsi. So Ghantoot now from right to left, UAE left to right, and the ball's back into play. Out the back of the line, out it comes. It's Hassel. Sends the backhand in towards the Malaya players. But first onto it is going to be Alia. Takes his ball forward, sorry, it's Matha. Takes that ball forward, taps it forward one more time. Going backward there is Yusuf. Goes with the shot there this time, avoids the hooking play. It's a little bit straight and a little bit too much onto it. Tries to get back onto it and keep that ball in play, and does manage to do so, but it does end up drifting out over the back line. And the first 2 has gone, so that there will end chukka number 3, with the score being 7 goals to Ghantoot, 5.5 it is to the UAE. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the players leave the field to quickly change, we'll go to some more messages and adverts from Polo Line. So here it is, chucker number 4. Ball brought back into play by Kaku Raja. Sends it up for Yusuf. Gets ridden off out of that one. Pushed wide on the near side. Hassel comes round. Takes it nicely on the near side once more. Just leaves that one behind. Just tries to come back onto a stick side, but he gets his play spoilt by Yusuf. Yusuf just having to yield off out of that one there, so he doesn't actually infringe the player. Taps it forward and straightens it up. Does Hassel and drills that one up forward. Lost a bit of momentum there to the UAE, allowing Kaku back up onto this play here in front of goal. A lovely approach shot sends that one out into open space, but it just gets intercepted by the UAE. He's gone a little bit wide onto that one there. The tail backhand comes in by Nasser Shamsi. Shamsi's backhand reciprocated once more in towards the goal. It goes first onto it is going to be Orkiza. Orkiza there with Kaku. Orkiza lost sight of this play here now and just drives that one forward, drilling the ball through the goals. Does Polo Orkiza. 6.5 goals to this night, UAE. A little bit of tennis being played with the ball coming backwards and forwards on it a little bit on that there. Not quite getting into space and managing to break away from the attack by the UAE, and it falls for Akiza, and he just puts that one away beautifully, making it 6.5 goals to the UAE, 7 goals to Ghantoot. Back to the middle field once more in front of the clubhouse here at Ghantoot. The ball back into play. Comes off with Nasser being hassled and spoiled, but met there by Grotto. Comes away with it here this time. No, Orkiza rather it was. Orkiza sends this one up forward, but we get a whistle on the play. See them coming out of the line out here now. Orkiza tries to come onto it, and then he gets impeded in his play as he comes forward, and that there results in a penalty in favour of the UAE. And we have a penalty 3, I think it'll be. A 40-yard penalty in favour of the UAE. Being teed up there by Hasselgrotto. Defendable penalty, of course. And coming round onto this one once more is Her Highness Sheikh Mesa bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Comes up to this one here, nice, he gets elevation, sends this one forward, but it looks like it's just drifted out towards the right-hand side this time, so the score remains the same. An opportunity gone a begging, 6.5 it is to UAE, 7 goals to Ghantoot. And quickly bringing it back into play is going to be Kaku Raja, not wasting any time, wanting to get on here with this match now. Kaku taps it forward, brings it up towards his marker, just having to wait for him there. Is Hassel, drills it out towards the clubhouse side for Kian and Orkiza. Orkiza just gets a bit of a hook on him, loses sight of that one there, and the ball as well. Does Kian, comes in there, does Orkiza taps it in behind 2 players, straightens himself up, drills that ball up forward, trying to get that one up to Mather, loses a bit of momentum, but she managed to come up onto this play now. Oh, and she couldn't quite pick that ball up on that occasion. It's just going to be Orkiza. Ball goes up into the air. Picks it up, avoids the hook from Kiernan, but leaves it now for Hassel. Hassel once more drills it up for the white shirts of the UAE, but Nasser Shamsi comes back in defence, takes it forward, and a nice backhand by him, allowing Kaku to swoop up onto that play here this time. Quickly coming up onto it is going to be Kian and Akiza. Sends a nice little backhand there. First round onto it is going to be Alia. Alia gets half hooked off out of it there and leaves it down for Kaku Raja. Kaku comes up with the play. Sends the ball out forward here, but he couldn't quite get that one. No, he couldn't quite get that one up for Yusuf, and he has to come back onto his own play. That's this pony run here on the near side once again, Kaku, but he comes under the neck with that one slightly, leaving it now for Hassel. Hassel takes the hook there from Yusuf, makes a turning play in front of Kian, thought he was going to get a little bit of something, a little bit of liberty there from the umpires, but nothing to be given. He drives a lovely ball up the field here now for Mather. Mather a long way out there in front with Nasser Al-Shamsi coming back to put the pressure on, puts it in towards the middle of the field here for Alia to come onto. Alia couldn't quite get over up onto that players. We have Kaku Rajan and Ghantoot picking it up once more. Kaku just short of the halfway line here now. Kaku Raja opting to run this ball himself. Goes deep down into the corner. He looks over to see where his teammates are. Goes with this big neck shot here this time. Does Kaku Raja and sends it in towards the goal. Towards the goal it goes. It just cruises across the face of goal. And out over the back line it is. And we hear players calling for a free change. And at 3:39 on the clock, the players are going to quickly change ponies. We'll go to a quick advert or two from Polo Line. So welcome back as Ghantoot come from the far end of the field. I'd just quickly like to mention our sponsors here at Ghantoot for this tournament, of course, Ghantoot Racing and Polo Club, the governing partner being the Abu Dhabi Sports Council. We'd like to, of course, thank Capex, your trading platform based down there in Abu Dhabi. As the teams quickly line up and the ball's placed on the back line here now for the UAEs. Hassel crosses to bring back into play. Hassel taps the ball forward. Drives it out of the field here along the ground. Hard and fast it goes. Couldn't quite get that one up there for Mather. A little bit wide, but first onto is going to be Araja. Kaku checks up, turns the play. In comes Mather, the buzz and pressure on him. Goes with a driving shot this time. Of course, that's straight back over the front there of all the players, but wide it is. Out towards the left-hand side. Giving Hasselcross the opportunity to have another go from his own back line. Hassel taps this one forward. We know he's got a good long driving shot, having put a couple from the halfway line the other day. This is going to be Mather up onto this one here, up over the halfway line. Going back with her there is Nasser Al-Shamsi. Mather straightens this one up. Nasser looks after her there, puts her on the onto the stick side, plays the near side backhand, sends a little bit further there by Kaku for Kian. Kian turns it up the boards. He goes with that one there, being worked on hard, being ridden off, but manages to slip his player on this one here now and drives this one. A good centering shot, tries to come back onto it. Risey has to take his man before the ball, and look, just waiting patiently there is Crotto. Takes the man onto the play, turns it away, lets his pony run here, gets a good bump and a ride off here, but puts it through up onto his near side and gives a good shot underneath the neck, trying to pick that one up, and does so beautifully is Alia. Alia coming forward up onto this here now. Alia coming forward with Kaku. Kaku misses the hook on that one there, evades the hook there, does Alia. Alia looking to put this one away here, comes in, spoils her play there, does Araja, and it's now left for Kian. Kian turns back into the play here once again, drives it up, comes off the pony, leaves it for Hassel. Hassel goes with the backhand again, ricochets off the pony and he picks it up once more. Crotto, this time looking to turn the play, looking up to see where the goals are, comes out wide, comes further back, closing his angle down, comes under the neck this time, but just pushes that one across the face of goal, and out wide it'll go. For Ghantoot, Kakuraj ring back into play. Nice play by him where he turns around, comes a little bit further back to get a better angle at the goal. A bit more of a look at it, but just pushed it across the face of goal, and we're back into play once again with Yusuf. Comes up onto this one here, takes the man, tries to come back onto his own play, does so over the top of that one there, can't pick it up. But it's going to be Araja. Araja comes back, avoids the hook there from Alia and drives this one up forward. It comes off the pony, and then we have a play by Nasser Shamsi, and we get a whistle on the play. So the ball will be dropped down here for a penalty 5 in favour of the UAE. The score being 6.5 to UAE, 7 goals to Ghantoot. The ball gets opened up there by Hassel Crotto, but only as far as Kaku. Kaku turns back inside this time. Looks to see where the goals are. No players. Sends that one forward, trying to get that to Kian. Tries to get a little bit of that one there, and the ball just goes wide. A long distance attempt, but not managing to find the goals on this occasion. Comes under the neck here, does Hassel for Ukiza. Ukiza, one time play, drills that one up forward, but there goes the hooter, ladies and gentlemen, and that there will end the fourth chukker with Ghantoot running out the winners. 7 goals to Ghantoot, 6.5 it is to the UAE. We'll pull back out to the drone here now as the teams congratulate and thank each other. And I think we'll be going up to the Ghantoot camp for the MVP today of this match will be awarded to Kian Hall for a quick interview in a moment's time. So close but deciding match there for Ghantoot, running out the winners. And the progression of the match here, you can see the stats on the screen. 3 goals to Ghantoot, 1.5 in chukker number 1. Chukker number 2, it was 5 to 2.5. We opened up things up a little bit more here in chukker number 3. 7 goals, only scoring the 2 goals for Ghantoot, but there were another 3 goals scored by the UAE, taking the score 7 goals to 5.5. And in the last chukker, unable to score, and 1 goal scored here by the UAE, taking the final score 7 goals to Ghantoot, 6.5 to the UAE, as we see the Ghantoot team just dismounting up in their camp. There's another magnificent view here of Ghantoot. We have the stats of the match here. Thank you very much indeed to Polo Line for this. Field goals, 5 goals it was to Ghantoot, 4 to the UAE. Throw-ins, UAE seemed to have control of that with 8 throw-ins to 6. The fouls committed were 3 against Ghantoot, 2 for the UAE. Yellow cards, nice to see, 0-0. Penalties taken, we have 2 for 2 from Ghantoot, 2 for 3 for the UAE. And safety penalties were 0-0. And we'll just quickly go to the best 3 goals of the match so far. Ghantoot putting that first one away. Nice bit of open space and time, and then we have Sheikh Matha with a good approach shot here, leaving it right in front of the goals. And just managed to tap that one away. In support, of course, was always Sheikh Alia. And here we have Nasser Al-Shamsi. Just instead of trying to go for the big cut shot with a full swing, just takes a nice little tap and puts that one away with lots of control. And now we go back to the drone shot there, giving us a great view of these wonderful green fields here at Ghantoot in the middle of the desert here in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. And in the meantime, we just have a few of the crew out there on the field, doing a magnificent job as always, treading in some divots and doing some touch up here of the field and some repairs before we have our second match here this afternoon between Bangash and Abu Dhabi. And we'd just like to quickly whip over to the Ghantoot camp for an interview with Kian Hall. Thank you very much.
So how does it feel to be playing for Ghantoot?
Yeah, no, really good to be playing for Ghantoot, getting to know the players and the team, and it's been a great experience so far, so let's see what this season holds.
How much are you liking how the team is playing?
Yeah, we're getting there. I think we've had a few games where we've played good and we've had times of playing well, but I think we've still got a lot to improve.
And what do you reckon about what's coming for the season?
I'm not really sure yet, let's see. Hopefully we can do well, but it's going to be tough.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
So as we just see a few final touches there of the field before our next match. We'll be back with you shortly from Polo Line. There you have it, our sponsors here. We have the Emirates, the Emirates Polo Association, the Abu Dhabi Sports Council, CAPEX, and of course Ghantoot Equestrian Supplies. Coming to you live from Polo Line. We'll be back with you shortly for our second match.